Hi, I'm Wendy from shinyhappyworld.com, and in this video I am going to show you how to put together this bear applique pattern. So this is one block in the Woodland Critters quilt pattern. It's also one block in the Bunches of Bears quilt pattern. I really love this bear, so I used the same block in two different quilt patterns. Here's how to make him. All right, this is how to put together the bear block in the Woodland Critters quilt pattern. So before I get started, this is the video that is showing you how to do this if you have a light box. So just very quickly, my setup is light box turned on, brightness all the way up, placement guide, and clear silicone mat. All of my pieces are cut out and they're ready to go except for one step. The eyelashes and the mouth and the little line connecting the mouth to the nose are not placement guides, they are stitching lines. So I do want to transfer those to the fabric side before I peel these backing pieces off. So to do that, I'm just going to use a fine tip Sharpie and lay them on the light box so I can see that line shining through. And then I'm just going to trace those lines. And I've done a version of the bear that did not include the eyelashes. So this time I do want to include those eyelashes. So I'm not sure if you can see these through on the video, but I can see them to draw the lines. And it does not matter that I'm using a permanent pen because I'm going to stitch over these in black thread on the black lines, so you'll never see those lines. All right, so I've got those stitching lines transferred, and now I'm going to assemble all the pieces. So when you're using the light box, the numbers tell you what piece is what, but they also tell you what order you lay them down in. So we start with piece number 1 for one of the ears, and then number 2 is the other ear. And then we're going to lay down the big chunky head piece. There we go. And now number 4 is one of the eyes. So if you're having trouble seeing these lines through, especially if it's a dark fabric, just push it down so that it's making so all the layers are actually physically touching each other, and that will allow those lines and those numbers to show through much more clearly. When the fabric is kind of bowed up over the surface a little bit, it makes those things not show through as cleanly. So number 6 is the muzzle. And number 7 is his nose. I'm just going to push that down so I can see through. There we go. And the other thing that is going to help you with the placement of the nose is that you want the little point at the bottom of the nose to line up with that downstroke. If you get that lined up really perfectly, then it's going to just look really nice. All right, everything is in place. I'm going to carefully lift up my silicone mat, carry it over to my ironing board, fuse all the pieces in place. Just follow the directions on whatever brand fusible adhesive you are using. Let it cool, peel it off, and then I will fuse it again, this time to my finished block. Do all the outline stitching, and then I'll bring it back here and show you the other version I did, which I'll show you this version finished, but I'll also show you a black bear that I did that does not have the eyelashes. All right, here is our finished bear. I've done all of the outline stitching and I've added some catch lights, just a little dot of white fabric paint to give those eyes a lifelike little spark to them. I want to show you a second version that I made of this also. So this is the version that I made for the cover of the Woodland Critters quilt pattern, which is a collection of all different forest animals. All of the background blocks in that cover sample are from the Avocado Blenders collection. So that's what you're seeing here in the background. And all of the animals in that sample use fabrics from the Animal Kingdom Blenders collection, which is all shades of realistic animal colors, browns and grays and kind of foxy reds and so on. But I've got another version that I made as well. So in addition to the regular cover sample, I also made a second version of the quilt to show you what it would look like with a pastel, totally different kind of background color. So this one, the bear, is also from the same Animal Kingdom color palette, but the background block is one of my pre-printed quilt blocks, so it's got the quilting lines printed on it from the Farmer's Market collection. And if you look closely, you'll see one more difference on this one, and that is that this version has the eyelashes stitched. So all of the animals in the pattern, almost all of the animals in the pattern, the turkey does not have eyelashes and the owl does not have eyelashes, but all of them have eyelashes in there as an option, so you can stitch them or leave them off for whichever look you like. I'm Wendy from Shiny Happy World, and here is the bear pattern.